Hey everybody, it's Ron with Ron's Computer Videos. If you're like me, and I know that I am, you're always looking for a way to save a buck on your retro computing project that you might be working on. But there's maybe one area where you can't save that much, and it's just because it's nothing but heartache if you try to. For example, ribbons for dot matrix printers. You might be out on eBay, you're surfing around on, I don't know, Yahoo auctions, and you find somebody that has a bundle of 20 of, say, a color ribbon for an ImageWriter 2. And you do the quick math on it, and you're like, well, it's only $2 a ribbon. What am I really out if they don't work? Everything, that's what. Okay, all right, I've calmed down a little bit. You know, it's kind of one of those things where it's easy to be sort of penny wise, pound foolish on some of these projects. And, you know, every one of those ribbons are going to be bad. There's never one that's not. And it's because of a reason I will show you here in just a few minutes. So, Ron, you're like, well, what do I do? Because, you know, if I can't buy a 40-year-old color ribbon for my ImageWriter 2, what am I going to do? Not print things in print shop? Calm down, calm down. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is maybe this is one of the times that you splurge and you get what you actually need. And that's why in this nondescript little box right here, that really just says, for use with C-IDO 8510 4C, 4-color. It's a modern replacement ribbon for the ImageWriter 2, and it's color. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. I actually bought a lot of things on like Facebook Marketplace, and it included one of these color ImageWriter 2 cartridges. But then Mark from MacEffects did another run of these color ImageWriter 2 ribbons, and I thought, well, maybe I'll compare them. That said, let's head to the bench. Let's go ahead and start with the original Apple part. The box is pretty nondescript. Part number, item description, Apple logo. As you can see, my ribbon arrived in its original plastic bag, completely unopened. I think Apple did a pretty good job with the plastic bag on this, because, man, this was tough to open. But I guess it makes sense, you do want it sealed. The Apple ribbon included this cardboard outer sleeve for protection. And yeah, it's the original Apple ribbon. Let's go ahead and put the Apple one aside for just a second and take a look at the MacEffects part. As you can see, nondescript packaging, just like Apple. The ribbon also comes sealed in a plastic bag, but does not include the inner cardboard sleeve, probably as a cost-saving measure. I'm not sure what it really does. Scissors to the rescue again. There, it's free. It appears to be an exact copy of the original Apple part. If I compare the two, I do notice that the Apple part has a more textured finish on the plastic, but otherwise they look pretty much identical. Now let's do a little bit of printing. First off, let's get that boring old black ribbon out of there and get it some color goodness. We'll go ahead and start with the original 40-year-old Apple ribbon. Line it up, pop it into place. And go ahead and replace the lid on your ImageWriter. And you'll probably go ahead and have to hit the select button to bring your printer back online. So what the heck just happened there? If you pop the cartridge open, you'll probably see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll find the debris of rubber rollers that the printer uses to pull the ribbon through the cartridge. RetroTechorDie actually has a pretty good video about how to rebuild these cartridges, and there'll be a link for it down in the description. Let's go ahead and give the MacEffects ribbon a shot. This first test is going to be strictly black, and I found the perfect image on a Duran Duran album cover. I think it turned out rather nicely. It's pretty much on par with what I would expect from an OEM part. So how did you print all this stuff in color when most Mac programs kind of look at an ImageWriter 2 as a black and white only affair? Well, of course, you use the #1 graphics editing software for Macintosh. That's right, KidPix. I didn't really know this, but you could use KidPix for like all kinds of stuff that it's probably not designed for. Let me see. I'm pretty sure as long as you use KidPix 2.0 or greater, you should be able to just open up a JPEG. Let's go here. Let's go to Kits. Let's open that thing. And there you go. Now it'll say it's not created in KidPix, but I promise you, when you go file print, this baby's going to let you print. If you do end up with like some weirdness that it maybe wants to, you know, invert, or it's printing the wrong direction or something, you can go out and do a manual print job. Just make sure you select your orientation. So there you have it, really. You can either have a broken retro cartridge, or, I mean, I guess you could just go ahead and splurge and get some of these cartridges from MacEffects. I'm really impressed. I was blown away. It was just kind of neat to see my printer print in color again after all these decades. And you know, we did have that failure in when the original cartridge locked up. I thought that was kind of funny. But you know, the stuff that actually kind of came out of it is not too bad. I mean, I would take these and put these on the wall at a nail salon at the mall, wouldn't you? Anyway, I want to thank you for spending a few minutes of your evening here with me at Ron's Computer Videos. You have lots of choices when it comes to reviews of, decades-old computers, and I'm glad you spend them with me. Anyway, have a wonderful evening, and as I always say, Apple II forever. could tell you're a real fan because you stuck around and you watched this Macintosh logo print, which I think looks pretty great.